Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 30 of Stellaris as the Chinor Stellar Union. Things, I think, are still going relatively well. We're still expanding. We are pushing our borders out constantly. Trying to see if we've actually managed to grab one or two of these other systems, but not yet. The population of this planet doesn't like as much. That's because they are on a world type that they don't particularly enjoy. But we are in the process of terraforming them, so they really hate being on this planet. Their happiness is really, really low. Yeah, their happiness is 0%, mainly because of the ongoing terraformation. They're not liking that much at all. So they have created a faction. It's the first time I've ever actually seen a faction pop up. They've got nobody here that's basically going to help them, so nothing is really going to make any difference. So we'll just leave them until the
research complete.
Terraformation is completed. It's about a third done anyway. And what have we got here? Those shard throwers are done. So that gives us a few less things to work on. Let's get this blue laser done and out of the way as well. Let's try and get some of these lower techs backfilled in. Not that you need to. I mean, the way a lot of the tech works in this is it isn't really a tree, so it's quite possible to just sort of completely ignore certain branches of the tech if it's not something that you are interested in building. So, but we'll see how that carries on. Yeah, borders haven't really expanded anywhere useful. I would like to grab more of this space up here, potentially some of this down here. Not 100% convinced. Maybe some. I see Rixie planets are actually starting to grab some of this stuff down here now on the outskirts, and that's going to reduce maneuverability, so it might well be worth coming down here and giving them a little bit of a kicking. I think what I will do as well is I'm going to grab one of my construction ships. I'm going to go over here and build a frontier outpost. Again, we've got that 10% reduction because of Afro, but that'll be a nice little system to take. There's a lot of stuff there that we can grab, so we'll go and do that. Why not? We are upgrading one of our fleets. We found an anomaly, 7% chance of failure, so that's good enough to take, in my opinion. Good that we're getting these upgrades done anyway. That's quite nice. Need to keep my eye on these guys. They are wary. They're still equivalent. Their fleet power is actually superior to mine at the moment. Now, that just means that they have... that's their fleet power. So they have more ships, or they have a bigger fleet than I do. I'm not at my fleet capacity. I will be once I finish building up some battleships, but at the moment that is not the case. Which reminds me, let us get another battleship or two in the queue. Got the minerals to do it, so that's fine. Asteroid fauna. Amazingly, while conducting a survey of 333P0909, the crew of the CUS Githian picked up several life signs coming from within the asteroid. There appears to be a colony of large burrowing worm-like lithivores within the rock, which has been riddled with tunnels. These unique life forms have somehow adapted to a life in the coldness of space. These creatures should be studied. And again, it's just a random little event that puts a bit of science on a rock, essentially. We have a third squadron. These are our battleships that are now sort of completing. And there is another research done. We can now colonize continental worlds. Resettlement cost, cheaper resettlement cost, centralized command, minus 10% army upkeep. Do you know what? We might as well do it. For 800 research, it's going to take 9 months and we'll save 10% on our army upkeep. I don't know what our army upkeep is. Army maintenance, 6.78 energy credits. So we're only going to save 0.6 energy credits, but it's better than nothing. Every little bit that you can save is better. Who is this? You want a research agreement? Yep, do you know what? We'll go with that. Don't mind getting a research agreement. Our physics research output is very, very poor at the moment compared to all of our other science. What have we got going on down here? Could we get any more science in any of these places? Probably not really. Could we upgrade that and get one that would give us... No, we can get an engineering facility. Why not? Let's get more engineering research. What do you want? You want to give me 738 energy credits in exchange for 738 minerals. That's our vassal as well. Yep, we'll do that. Give up some minerals and get some energy credits in exchange. That's fine. I bet these guys are amazed that I haven't actually vassalized them yet. I mean, I do intend to, especially with these guys sort of working up down here, but having their additional fleet with us, their additional fleet power, that might actually help us out. So you guys are all in orbit. You guys should just definitely merge together. Just merge into a single fleet.
System survey complete.
But we are getting some battleships now. Right, Githian, where are you? You're kind of getting a little bit sort of really out there. Got another construction ship around that isn't doing an awful lot. I do need to keep my eye on the map and see if we ever end up expanding and grabbing some more of these systems. Like this one. We have now grabbed this one. So we could get even more engineering research if we went and built there. And as we do have a ship right next to it, let's go ahead and build a research station. Got a construction ship right there. We might as well make use of it. Haven't grabbed any of these ones yet. I don't think the borders ever expand from outposts. There is an Arctic world there that we could colonize and potentially terraform. Which one is the Arctic world? It's a barren world. Ocean world.
Research complete.
Where is it? I'm totally missing the icon now.
Construction complete.
It's one of these ones here, isn't it? So, Arctic world. That's the one we'd want. That's not too bad, actually. That's actually got a fair few tiles on it. Anyway, another research is done. That's the Military Academy one. Xeno leadership, form federation, clone army, and clone vats. Clone armies. We don't really need armies. Colonizing ocean worlds could be useful as well. Form federation. Advance our understanding and interactions with the manipulations of the Xeno is necessary step in forming a more permanent interstellar alliances. As is to form a federation out of it, we'll do it. We'll queue it up. We'll see what happens. This is a learning campaign after all. I mean, I might be learning slowly, but I am learning. That's kind of the point here. We've almost upgraded half of our fleet, which is good. And we'll swap them around and upgrade the other half. And keep building the battleships. Of course, you don't necessarily have to hit upgrade every time there's an opportunity to upgrade. So I wouldn't mind so much with these guys if I could actually get them into an alliance, but they wouldn't be willing to do it because of their wary attitude. Opinion +4, wary attitude -30. The base is -50 anyway. So it's always really, really difficult to get them up to that sort of position. They are militarists, which is not fantastic for us. So we'll have to see what we can do. What just happened there? Research completed. Blue lasers are done. And we've got all sorts of other different coloured lasers that we can do. -5% construction time. That's actually very useful. So is improved... Oh, assist research is now twice as effective. Yes, let's get that. That will definitely pay for itself. How many more spaceports do we... battleships do we have queued up? A few. We do have a few. And we can increase our naval capacity probably by another 10%. And then we can also enact... There's an edict somewhere. Policy... What's it called? The Grand Fleet. Which would give us an extra 35% naval capacity. I should have actually popped that before I did the upgrade. I've saved 15%. But it doesn't really matter because you have to toggle it on. And then we'd be basically just giving away influence to save minerals. And we have plenty of minerals and... Not the greatest amount of influence. But yeah, the Rixie planets are starting to worry me a little bit. I could do with another ally to help against them. I'm not too sure that the United Zephyr Drogan states are going to be all that useful. And these guys don't like me. They have insulted me. Are they actually my rivals? No, we are still rivals. Well, that ain't going to change anytime. So this is the... First Fleet. First Fleet has upgraded. So First Fleet get over there. Second and Third Fleet are going to merge. Second Fleet is going to come down here, and that's where we'll do your upgrade. Construction ship has finished over here, so I would like you to build all the mining stations and all the research stations. Wow, that's a lot of zipping around all over the system, but fine. Whatever works best for you. Githian has finished more surveys. So we'll keep on going around. See what more we can find. No more systems over here to grab. Haven't done a lot of combat recently. I mean, this is a game that does suit the pacifist, to be honest. I'm not necessarily sure that it should, but it does work out that way a lot of the time. You guys... oh, what have we got here? What's happening? Oh, press buttons. First contact... Oh, with the Buhavilla Unity. Yes, we've heard it all before. You are the Stellar Union. Greetings, we met. Stay out of our space or face certain doom and so forth. Now, if you'll excuse us, we're quite busy. Okay. That's fine. The Githian has now gone missing because it's gone into the... Holy crap. So, these are the people we ran into. The Beacon of Perpetuity. Have a look at this thing here. This one doesn't look like it's taken some damage, though. It's certainly not intact, but this is a ring world. It's basically an artificially created world that is around the outskirts of a star. Now, the Githian has gone missing. It will turn up at some point eventually. But this is the space that belongs to these guys. And these guys should be... Yeah, these are a fallen empire. Now, fallen empires, normally, they'll leave you alone unless you upset them. Look at this. Fleet power, overwhelming. Naval capacity, overwhelming. Technology level, overwhelming. Yep, we'll be leaving them alone. Researching artificial intelligence, -40. Repugnant, -15. Bright materialists, +25. So these are the keepers of knowledge. Fallen Empire dedicates itself to the hoarding of technologies that it believes should be kept out of the hands of young and irresponsible races. Pursuing dangerous lines of research may draw their ire, which is why they didn't like it much that I researched artificial intelligence, but it has been done anyway. Well, okay, we could rival them, but I think we're just going to leave them alone, and we are happy to let them have their little bit of space here. Now, unfortunately, wherever the Githian turns up, we can't reach these... Well, we might be able to get into some of these other systems. I'm actually surprised that we hadn't found another Fallen Empire before now. So that's their home... No, I want to see your home world. This is your home world. Yeah, see, look, if we look at the home world isn't destroyed. I do love that. That is absolutely brilliant way of doing things. And you can see it's actually split into districts. So even though it looks like it's one entity, it's actually sort of 4 planets, technically. You can't really go and look at them, which is a shame. At least I don't think we can. Yeah, we can't actually have a look. And then they've got other ones as well, although some of these look like they've been partially destroyed. So it may be that there's another Fallen Empire over here banging the snot out of them. It's quite possible. So our squadrons, which is the one that needs upgrading? You are the one that need upgrading. So if you be so kind to upgrade, and you be so kind as to dock, that'll save us a bit of money. A scientist has died. You were doing what now? You weren't researching anything. You're not on the Karsten, and you're not on the Githian, even though the Githian is missing. It will turn up again, though, so that's fine. Yeah, missing in action. At least one of our fleets has gone missing in action. It will take some time to return and join the ranks. That's fine. We don't mind that. So we still have that faction. That faction is progressing. How is the... Oh, has the terraformation completed? No, it has not. The terraforming seems to be going faster than the faction is building, though. So that is good. So faction support is currently 20%. They have a 0.6% chance to gain 10% each month. So it works quite similar to the way that rebels do in EU4. And the more population they have, the faster or the more chance they have of gaining extra support. That's fine. And like I said, they are actually progressing really, really slowly. And once the terraforming is completed, that should be fine. So this fleet is fully upgraded. The second fleet is being upgraded. And we are still working on battleships. At least I think we are. Can we get any individual edicts on this planet? Because these are like a one-time payoff, but they only last for 10 years. Plus 15 energy credits. We could spend 127 influence and get plus 15 energy credits for 10 years. Which planet's giving us the best energy? Wow, you're not getting much energy at all, are you? Need to sort something out on Schlurg. Let's go ahead and run that then. Capacity overload. Brilliant. Get us some more money a little bit quicker. Now then, you're actually losing energy credits. But you have a lot of food. Why do you need so much food? Let's go ahead and... well, we could grab the one next to the sort of planetary capital. Let's go ahead and replace you with a... What does the military academy do? Army building speed and more army damage. Let's go and replace you with a Barithian power plant. We do have a spare Barithian stone. So let's go ahead and do that. We have finished some research as well. Can't remember what that was on. Cruiser assembly yards, that'd be nice. Military station health plus 10%, that could be useful. And the fortress, which is an even more upgraded sort of level of defense platform. I think we will go and work on the military station health. We've already got a couple of military stations, and it would be a shame to lose them. So anything we can do to try and help those. Githian has returned. No worse for wear, luckily. So can we go and survey these systems? Yeah, we should be able to sort of skirt around the space. Our admiral has died. That is very unfortunate. So we need to get ourselves a new admiral. And lead recruitment cost. This guy's a trickster. Plus 10% evasion. And minus 25% emergency FTL damage. This guy is unyielding. Ship hull points. Plus 20%. But cannot use emergency FTL. I'm going to go and take the cheap guy. Just because I don't like the choices. And I want someone that's actually gives us the cheaper fleet, and I can't get anyone. We might have to buy a few until we get one that's the right one. Another cheap one. Come on, game. Give me a decent one, please. Sensor range. One more. Right, we don't want... plus 10% evasion. We don't need you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Unyielding. Come on, give me one that's got the right stat. No, none of them are. So what do we want to use then? As we've just burnt through a little bit of influence, but ship hull points plus 20%, evasion plus 10%, monthly hull regeneration. I think we might as well keep all the ones in case we need them, but I think we'll go for the guy that's got the trickster. Be slightly better. Apparently you need upgrading. 30 ships will be upgraded. Now, is that just because we've picked up some new technology and everything has changed again? It's usually what happens. So we might still have to do some more upgrading. That's fine. But we have found our first fallen empire now. Resource storage is full. We could go back to these guys, actually. And they're actually inferior now. They've really sort of fallen behind. I guess that's because they've been our vassal and we've sort of stifled them. So let's say we were to go and offer them an instant transfer of 1,000 minerals, and in return I would like an instant transfer of 1,000 credits. You wouldn't be willing to do it? There. I'll take that exchange rate. Because we're at the cap, so all we're doing is losing minerals anyway. So was that an exception? Yep, they've accepted. Good. So that gives us some more. That is very, very nice. Should probably also continue to upgrade this spaceport as well. So let's carry on doing that. Don't know why we lost so much of our energy credits so quickly. Don't know what I was doing to accomplish that. So we could go ahead and start integrating these guys. We can release them, or we can integrate subject. It might be worth keeping them around. I mean, they might be able to help us in a potential war with these guys. I'm glad we've got this. Again, it's not really a choke point, because they can go around that way if they're using hyperlane technology. But, yeah, it's a shame that we've only sort of managed to grab this one area and it hasn't sort of spread down to these. But it is a good planet or a good system to grab anyway. So I'm not unhappy about that. How is our faction going?
Complete.
The faction is still very, very low. So I don't mind that at all. Do we get another upgrade there on Schlurg now? Because we did change one of the buildings over. We can upgrade you. So let's go ahead and do that. This will give us a lot more power. Be much better. I'm assuming we are still building battleships just because they're like really, really slow. Yep, there's a couple more to build. That is fine. Another research done. That was quick. So we can now form federations. Naval capacity plus 10%, or habitability plus 5%, and that's empire-wide. So that increases happiness. I think we go for that one. Now, unlike something like civilization, you can't actually queue technologies up because the technologies available to you at one point might be different to the technologies that you get later on. I wonder if these guys would be willing to form a federation. They would not. You need at least 4 members in an alliance to form a federation. There's that implant malfunctions again. It's the same quest that we had previously. Where is that one? Go to. You are where exactly? All the way over there. Do we have a science ship anywhere near? Just the Carston, I suppose. So you'll have to fly over there and deal with that one. So again, things aren't going too bad. How is our upgrade going there on Schlurg? That's not going too bad either. About halfway done. So they should get upgraded to the latest model. We may need to upgrade that group again as well. Because, yeah, we do have sort of 2 different types of battleships there.
System survey.
Slightly different builds. So we will need to do an upgrade at some point. And Githian has finished a system survey. So we're being very, very careful to... The thing is with Fallen Empires... They are very, very strong, but most of the time they will just stay in their own borders and stay out of the way, providing you don't do the things that specifically annoy them. So as long as we don't sort of get involved with them. The idea of the Fallen Empire is was a very powerful spacefaring nation that at some point kind of just fell. You know, they're too important, or consider themselves too important to get involved in the affairs of others, and they consider themselves some sort of like holier than thou guardians. As you can see, their territory is normally mainly circular, and they generally tend not to sort of expand or do anything unless other people tick them off. I'm still surprised there aren't more around. It's possible there might be 1 or 2 sort of stuck up here in the corners somewhere at the back of the territory that I haven't seen, but I am really surprised that we haven't seen more of them yet. Really want these upgrades to finish. Faction is still only at 20%, which is good. And the terraform is less, or just over a year out now. So that should really help. Hasn't altered the surface in any way at all. See, we're not actually gaining anything from this because the people are outraged. They'll still work food tiles, of course, because they need to eat. But they won't work any resource tiles, so you might as well be in a food tile. Although that will make the population grow more quickly, and having a larger population will increase the chances of the rebellion sort of increasing. We will go over here and we will build ourselves a hydroponics farm. Somebody has died. It was the governor. It was actually the governor that was running the sector. We'd like to get a new one there if we can. So let's go back to this sector. Assign leader. We'll have a new one. And building cost, construction time reduction. Let's go for that one. You'll do. Ah, look. The humans have gone and built a frontier outpost over here. So that's very good of them. So that means we'll grab that when we eventually integrate them, and we probably will, because they're not really going to be all that useful. It's quite strange, really, considering we were the ones that actually managed to get the humans up to a space level of flight. They're actually using wormholes, and we don't. So where did they get that wormhole technology from? That's what I want to know. Okay, we have a research project to do here. The Githian has researched that. Now, we're probably not going to be able to reach any of these. Oh, no, we can. That's the See, this is the good thing about warp. Yes, it is as slow as anything, But if we were using hyperlanes, we wouldn't be able to get to there because we'd either have to go through the Fallen Empire's territory as we bump into some ancient mining drones, or we'd have to go this way through these guys. We can go around that one. I think we should be able to reach one of those 2 stars, so that'll be fine. And how's the upgrade going? Upgrade's nearly done. Let's just have a very quick look. I did click on it. Game's been a little bit slow now. It's been a little bit laggy. 27 days, and that'll be done. There's obviously quite a lot going on now within the galaxy, so it takes its time. But just looking at the time, we've gone well over, so got that special project has done. Abduction teams. Oh yeah, we've already done that one as well. So gain some extra research. Carsten, you can come back to Schlurg. Ships have been upgraded, so the second fleet can return home. And I'm going to end that there because we've gone well over time. I just wanted to sort of pause the game and sort of show you guys our territory. So it's all the red and also technically the pink as well because these guys are our vassal. So we do have a nice good chunk of the galaxy. We are probably one of the larger nations in terms of the amount of space that we have. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying Stellaris. I'll see you on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.